Are you ready to crack high-paying Azure cloud job in today's competitive tech industry? If your answer is yes, then this video series is for you. Hi, I Tanya. Welcome you all to a brand new series where we break down real-world scenario-based questions that are actually asked in the interview, and it is presented by Skill Heist. So, from deep dive theory to hands on practical demos, we'll got you covered every step of the way. Whether you are a fresher or a working pro, this series will level up your skills and make you industry ready. So, let's get started. So, the first question for today is how to retrieve file name dynamically from folder in ADF. ADF is basically stands for Azure Data Factory. So let's see how we can do it. So for that, we came in Azure Data Factory and let's see how many files we have and where our file is basically saved. So this is my container in ADLS. ADLS stands for Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2, right? So I have a container. Inside that container, there are basically 4 files. First is the customer info, second is employee performance, third is product master, and the fourth is sales data. So now I want all this file to be transferred to my destination dynamically. Okay, and what is my destination? My destination is, let's create a new container. Okay, so I want output files dynamic. Okay, let me create this and let me save it. Okay, let's create this. So my storage account is getting created and it's created. Okay, so now you can see output files dynamic. So I want the files which is available over here in series test container, right, to get transferred to output files dynamic, right? And I want it as in a dynamic way. So how to do that? Let's create a pipeline for the same. So let me click on here and let me create a new pipeline, right? So to create a pipeline in ADF, there are few prerequisites. The prerequisites are first, you want an integration runtime. Okay, so you can see that what is your source and what is your destination. According to that, integration runtime is created. Okay, then we need the link services and the data sets. Okay, so let's start. So to create this pipeline, first I want is a get metadata activity, right? So get metadata activity, what it does is it basically provides me about the information of my files, right? So firstly, let me give this a name as dynamic data file transfer. Okay. Now I have to go to setting and now I have to create a data set. This data set is basically going to be created for the storage account from where I want my files. So basically for this particular container, right? This container, right? So let's create this. So let me go and click on new and my data it's in Azure Data Lake. Let me select this. Let me select the CSV. Click on continue. Let me give this a name as dynamic data transfer. Okay, so I already have a link service. So this link service is created for me. If you don't have it, you can click on new and you can create a new link service for you. Okay. Chalo, let's create it only. Okay. So over here, you can see Azure Data Lake Storage 2. Okay, this is my link service, or I'll say it dynamic data. Okay. Now in the connection, as I was saying, integration runtime. Over here, it says auto resolve integration runtime, right? Why I'm selecting auto resolve? Because I'm transferring the data from one container of ADLS to the other container of ADLS, right? So I'm transferring the data from Azure to Azure. Okay. Now I have to select my subscription and then I have to select the storage account name. So what is my storage account name? This is my storage account name. Okay. Now let's test the connection. Okay. So my connection is successful. That means I can create it. Right. So my link service is created. Right. See, my link service is now created. Now I want to see the path from where I have to fetch the data. So I'll go over here and this is my container. I'll just select my container name and I'll select OK. I'm not selecting any file name over here. Okay. And I'll click on OK. Okay. So now this is field list. Can you see this field list? So in field list, I have to click on new. So this field list basically provides you some information of this file, right? So you can see the child item. Child item basically provide you the name of the file. Then you have exist, item name, item type, last modified, right? So for us right now, we want child item. So I'll select child item from here and then let's debug it first. Let me close this. Let me close this also. Okay, let's refresh it once. See, so our metadata activity got run successfully. So let's check the output of the same. We can check the output from here. So you can see child name. So it basically creates a JSON array and the array name is child items, right? And inside this child items are my data. So it's my name is my file name. Okay. And the type is my file. So what kind of file it's been provided or a data is being provided. If it's a file or a table, it provides you the same. Okay. So you can see there are four, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So now we have called the files from our location. Okay. Now let's create the pipeline further. So now we need a for each activity. So firstly, let's connect these two activities together, right? So over here, I'll also give this a name as dynamic data transfer. Okay. And now I have to go to settings and I want it to in a sequential order that each and every file should come in a sequence way. So file 1, file 2, file 3, and file 4. Like this, it should execute. Right now, I want the items in a dynamic way. So I'll go and say add dynamic content. Can you see over here? Dynamic data file transfer child items. I'll select this parameter or an activity and I'll say OK. Right? So this is how it'll give me. So in the array, we have seen the array, right? So from the array, it is going to give me the child items one by one. Now let's add an activity. So as we know that to transfer data from one place to the other or to copy the data, we need a copy activity. So inside this for each activity, we are going to get copy activity, right? So let's give this also a name. Transfer data. Oh, we should give like transfer data dynamically. Okay. Now let's create it. So for this over here, the source, the data set should be a dynamic data set. Okay. Dynamic means we are not declaring the file name, but we are declaring it in a dynamic way, right? Indirectly, we are doing it. So I'll go to new. I'll select Gen2. Okay. I'll select CSV. Okay. Link service, it's already created for me. I'll take that link service only. I'll say it as transfer data in copy. Okay. Now I'll go over here to browse the data and I'll only and only select the container name. right? I'm not selecting any file name. I'm only selecting the container name and I'll click on OK, right? You can see this. Now I'll go and open this data set. Okay. So here the file name, it's not been declared. So how it is going to take the file name? We want to know that, right? So firstly for this, we have to declare a parameter and we can give this as a file name parameter. Now let's go to connection over here at dynamic and select this file name and click on OK, right? So when we'll go to this over here, can you see there is file name. Now we have to set the value for it. So from where we are going to get the value? The value we are going to get it from our for each activity, right? And we have seen the item was inside which array? In name, right? In child array, child item array, the file name was with name, right? Attribute was name. So I'll just put it as name and I'll click on OK. So now our source is created. Now we have to create a sink, right? So for sink also or destination, also we have to create a data set. I'll create the data set for this. Here also I want it in CSV. Okay. Copy data in output. Okay. So now over here, I can select the same link service because I'm transferring data from ADLS to ADLS only. So from one container of ADLS to the other container of ADLS, I'm transferring the data. So I can use the same link service, right? But if you are transferring the data from ADLS to SQL or SQL database to ADLS, then you have to create two different link services for both. Okay. Now I'll go over here and I'll select the output container. So over here, I want my output to be in this particular container. Okay, and I'll click on OK. Over here also, and click on OK. Now let's debug it. Now let's click on debug. So let's see. First, it'll execute the get metadata activity, and then it is going to execute the for each activity, right? So see, the get metadata activity is run successfully. Now it's running for each activity and the copy activity together. I'll just bring it a little bit up. See, one copy activity is successful, but why for each activity it's still in progress? Because we want 4 files, right? So unless and until the 4 files are not saved in the destination, it'll show us in progress. Once all files are saved, then it'll also give us as successful, right? So you can see 3 files are already been saved. Let me refresh it to check whether the 4th file is also saved. Okay, the 4th file is in queue. Okay, in progress. See, as all the 4 files are transferred or copied successfully, right? Our for each activity is also successful. Now let's go and check in our output container whether we have received it or not. So this is our output container. See, we have received all the 4 files, right? So this is how we can transfer the data from one source to the other dynamically with the file name as dynamic. Okay. So if you like this video, please do share and subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more such videos. And if you want to become or pursue a career in Azure Data Engineering, then you can also join our course. The details are given in below description. You can also connect us over the call or also you can WhatsApp us. So stay tuned. Bye bye.